What up, y'all? I am ashy around my face, okay? So don't judge. But anyway, I wanted to just talk about relationships, and I want to say this first. Like, one of the things I love about God and what He has done in my life and just my relationship with God is that He's opened up my mind about life, and that there are so many things that life has to offer. And as humans, we only highlight or make big certain or particular things in our life. We have certain checkpoints that we want to obtain or achieve. We have certain goals, and a lot of times the goals is find a man or find a wife, and then get married, and then have kids. And it's like, I'm sorry, but that isn't my ultimate goal anymore. Like it really isn't. And like, it's not because I'm single. It's really not. It's really, honestly, it's just because of my relationship with Christ. Like, I used to hold those particular checkpoints, and a lot of women do. They hold the achievements as the ultimate achievement, to become a wife and to have kids. And it's just not my ultimate goals anymore. Are they goals? Yes, they are. I would love to be a wife, and I would love to have kids. Kids, can wait on that. But I do one day want to have kids or whatever. But like, we have like legit made certain things, and to our detriment, we've made it into idols. And then when we don't get those things, we get sad, or we allow those things to be our reason for living, or our reason for happiness. And there are so many other things in this life that you could be happy about. First of all, living, just being alive is a reason to be happy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so glad that, God has allowed me to travel to different places and experience different things, and I'm so glad that I've stepped out on faith on a lot of stuff, because if I didn't, then I would be stuck in a bubble. And there was something always inside of me that was just, I hated being boxed in. I hated people labeling me. I hated, one of the things that people used to label me as, so you're the good girl. And I'm just like, okay, keep thinking that way if you want to, and there are other things that people have labeled me as. I've been labeled as the angry person. I've been labeled a lot. And I'm just glad that I never allowed labels to define me, or labels to stop me from moving forward and living my life. And I'm glad that the Holy Spirit didn't stop those labels from holding me back either. They may have stunted, or they may have delayed me, but they never stopped me. But either way, sorry, I'm back. Okay, either way, I wanted to just also encourage you to don't get with somebody just because you're single and they're single. It just makes sense for you guys to get up. Now, granted, if that's what you want to do, that's your life. Live your life. But I feel like a lot of times, even the pressures, from my family, they'll be like, oh, well, you're single. Why you ain't date this person? And it's just like, or even my friends, why don't you date this person? And I'm just like, bruh, maybe I don't want to. Have you just thought about that? Maybe I don't want to. I do have a choice. And I'd rather be with somebody that I want to be with. Not, well, he's single and he's got this, and this. And let me tell you something. I've dated people that weren't the richest. And I've also liked people who weren't the cutest. And at the end of the day, it was because of my choice. I like who I like, or whatever. And I personally would like to have that same thing. There are guys that I've met who are, nice guys, great guys or whatever. But there was something inside of me that was just like, no, this is not it. And then another big part is I didn't have the desire to love them romantically. I think we all should grow to love people, period. But I don't think that just because someone seems to be the right answer, or because they're single or whatever, that does not mean that you should be dating them. And I think that that's wise. Now, of course we have extremes. You have some people who are just straight up picky, bro. They are straight up picky. And you have some people who are on the other extreme. But I'm more so talking about, wisdom here, using wisdom when it comes to choosing who you want to be with. And the dudes that I have met or whatever who, do have what they have, I just personally did not desire to love them romantically. I think I just had this desire to love them as a brother in Christ, and I just had a desire to just love them as a person. But I didn't have a desire to love them romantically. And I think that what happens is, we feel like we should love the opposite sex because they're the opposite sex. And what we do is we can potentially mess up the opportunity of having a great relationship with somebody, not based upon romance or based upon, going that direction. Like, just because they're the opposite sex doesn't mean you got to date them. Just because they're cute or they got money or they're a good person doesn't mean you got to date them. A lot of times, a lot of people that we meet, you're just supposed to be their friend, and that's it. That's it. And I've been groomed since I was young in my mind, whether it was from TV, music, family, friends, culture, that if you meet a particular person or if you meet the opposite sex, I need to date them. And for so many years, every time I met somebody who was of the opposite sex and they had maybe some of the things that I liked in the opposite sex, I would always be like, well, is he my husband? And it's like, oh my God, chill out. You know what I'm saying? I've gotten to my age where I'm like, I don't want to ever think that way anymore. I want to think this person's a nice person, and I want to get to know them for who they are, and that's it. Not get to know them because, I like them. It's like, why don't you just get to know people just because you want to get to know that person? And if it develops into that, then great. And if it doesn't, that's fine too. Now, I'm not trying to condemn anybody or judge anybody who does start off that way. I'm not saying that that's wrong either. But what I am saying, I am more so speaking to, the way that it can be for the bad, or how it can be for the bad. Where every female you meet, every man you meet, you want to date him. I think you're robbing yourself of genuine relationships when every person that you meet of the opposite sex, you want to date them, or you want to screw them, or you want to bone them. It's like, just enjoy your life. Life isn't only these certain checkpoints: getting a job, getting a man or a woman, getting married and having kids. If that's that person's goals, great. But that's not everybody's goals. And then not only that, even if that is your goals, open your mind to the possibilities of what life can bring to you in totality. Because life isn't just those things. You have so many things out there in this world that you can experience. And if you only limit yourself to that few bit of what life can offer, if you only make your life small, to just job, wife, kids, are you really living life? If that's all your life is just that, then in my opinion, you can have that. I want everything that life has to offer, just to be honest. And I think that I want to encourage you to try your best to give a chance everything that can come in your life, anything good that can come into your life, anything. And really, I would just say embrace the journey, whether good or bad, because you can grow and you can learn from it, but like I said, don't be small-minded, be big-minded, you know what I'm saying? Like, go for everything that you can go for, don't limit yourself, don't limit your life to just a few things. So that's it, you guys. I love y'all. All right.